welcome. I'm Devil Sniper and today I'm bringing you episode number 16 of Nottingham Forest. As you know, at the end of the last episode, episode 15, the board are not happy with me. My tenure at Nottingham Forest is now massively under pressure. I could be getting a sack if I don't turn the results around, start producing performances, start racking up more points, and start getting us into that playoff positions, because you would have seen on the league table we have just dropped outside the league position. But it's not just me who's feeling affected by the whole situation. Look at Lansbury, it is etched all over the young man's face. He is feeling the pressure. I've made him captain, you know, I've put him on a pedestal, and obviously it's definitely weighing heavy on his mind. We're going with a 4-3-3 formation in the hope we can just do something, just create something, just manage to score a goal. But Town are going very defensively. 5 at the back, 2 in midfield, 1 playing off 2 strikers. It's a very defensive formation. They're looking to come and try and hit us on the counter-attack, and that's going to be extremely difficult to break down. It's always hard to break down 5 at the back. But early doors, we get a little bit lucky from the ball there, with Varney picking it up, breaking in, 35-yarder, having a shot, and unfortunately it's an easy save from the goalkeeper. And from the resulting corner, the ball comes into Jamal. He goes for the header, but he can't generate any pace on it, unfortunately. But Town were just so difficult to break down. That 5 at the back is an absolute pain. They were trying to hit us on the counter-attack. As you can see, they've done quite well there, but Jamal just comes across and bang, hits him with the tackle, gets the ball, and we come away with it, thankfully. But there you go. That's a fine example of it. Look at the 5 at the back, how organised they are. Makes it so difficult to break down. We go with the long ball over the top, or the chipped ball over the top for Lafondra, and there's just no going through them. We tried going round them. It's just so difficult. It's such a compact formation. Because they're playing the 5 and the 2 in the midfield, it just condenses the area you have to work in so much, and makes it extremely difficult to break down, as we were finding out. Even more so when you're playing on Legendary. I think if it were playing on World Class, we probably would have broke it down with constant ease. But we're not, and that's why we love this career mode. But Lansbury with, I don't even know how we got away with this. It was a great crossing. He has every right to go for it, but oh my days. He hits the keeper with an almighty thump on the chest. Probably broke his chest cage or rib cage, or just, he would have broken him in half. Thankfully he didn't. We got away with it, but we conceded a pretty poor goal. But to be fair though, it was great play by Ipswich to square it and to finish it, but just poor defending. We just didn't get the header when we needed to. If we'd got the header, it would have been cleared, and we never would have conceded such a bad goal, but it wasn't meant to be. But in the second half, Town came out, and they started to attack us, catch us more and more in the counter-attack, because we just tried to push more players forward in the hope that we could break them down, especially past that brick wall. Gardner going with a shot there. It landed at Lafondra's feet, and he slotted it home. It was the piece of luck we've been looking for, the piece of luck I feel we deserved. For so many weeks we've deserved some luck. It was a great shot from Garner, probably going in. It was deflected down to Lafondra, and he slotted it home to bring us back into the game. And at this moment in time, the one thing I've got to do from a managerial point of view is not lose games. I can't afford to lose a game. I can probably afford draws, but we can't afford to lose. It is that simple. We can't take any losses, because I do feel that the board weren't mucking about. They're being deadly serious, and if we do lose, they will probably end my tenure at Nottingham Forest. So, you know, a draw is a huge result. And as you can see, Town in the very last seconds of the game, breaking in the box, a little bit of indecision whether to shoot or cross. And when it came to when it matters the most, he just sprayed it wide. The game does finish 1-1. So hopefully I will still keep my tenure with the club. But as I say, if we had lost that game, I probably would be out of the club. So I'm glad we managed to get a point out the game, especially playing against 5 at the back, which is just purely frustrating, to say the least. And it really does nullify the game. It makes it very difficult to create chances. But we made a few changes to the lads. You know, got a few fresh faces in there, or I should say fit faces, to make sure we use that rotation. Rotation is so important in this second part of the season. We've got a lot of games to play, and if we do push and make a push and get into the playoffs, we're going to have a lot more games to play. So we've got to be very resolute in our rotational formation and rotational of the players. Now we're playing against Blackpool. It is a home game, and I'm expecting a win in front of the home fans. But again, we're playing against a side who's looking to hit us on the counter-attack and bog down the midfield. They're going with a 4-4-1-1, which ultimately means they're playing 4-5-1, essentially. They're going to make it very difficult to break down, very hard to get good passing going. So it's going to be a very hard game. But Lasbury down that right-hand side, looks to get the cross in, fires it across the ground, and we managed to ping it in the back of the net, as well as our striker going through the goal. It was Simon Cox. You watch the ball across, it doesn't look like it's gone in. It actually has gone in, and then he flies out of the net, which completely bamboozled me, because you don't see the ball hit the net at all, which made me wonder if it did go in first time. But it does cross the line, it's cleared off the line, and then Simon Cox goes through the net, which is absolutely amazing. If we had that sort of magic at our disposal, we should be winning every game. Jesus, I didn't realise we had Harry Potter on the team, but there you go. I'd rather have a little bit of Hermione, but that's for another day, that's for another story. But yes, Blackpool came straight back in it. They really did apply the pressure to us. But we had some stout defending, resilient defending for once. Not committing too early, not trying to be too cocky. Just if in doubt, get the ball out and just shut them down. Don't let them pass. Don't let them pass that magical gate at the end of the day. We nearly created a chance in the last seconds of the first half, but it wasn't meant to be. So going in at half-time with a 1-0 scoreline filled me full of joy, because we defended quite well. We'd done a good job in the first half. We played some good football, even though Blackpool came with the game plan just to nullify it and make it extremely boring and try and hit us on the counter-attack. We weren't committing too many men forward. We were just playing good, clean football. A nice ball sprayed out to that right-hand side. Great cross back in. Lafondra nearly gets on the end of it. Unfortunately, he can't. But Blackpool came back into it. They really did changes in the second half. They sort of changed their philosophy. To me, they seemed to adapt their formation. They went with a more 4-4-2. Which we found a lot easier to break down. A fantastic shot fired in and a great save by, I believe is it Jilks in the Blackpool goal. Absolutely fantastic save. But we did manage to hold on in a very boring second half, I have to say, which is frustrating as well. But we managed to hold on, and we get the 3 points, a big 3 points. You wouldn't have believed it on Lansbury's face. I mean, he looked like he was walking off to a defeat. But we weren't. We won. We're still not in that top 6, but we are there or thereabouts. It's going to be one hell of a run-in to the end of the season, in my opinion. It's going to be a hell of a run-in. It's going to be joyful, and hopefully we will make those playoffs. I hope so anyway. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you later.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being